are the Sennheiser HD480 close-back headphones and are indicated for monitoring, tracking and recording, of course, in studio. Let's test, let's listen how it sounds, and then we talk more about these new Sennheiser headphones. Hi guys, I'm Steex, audio video production. Welcome to my YouTube channel, welcome to my studio, the place where I try out audio gear. Today we will take a look at these headphones, these HD480 Pro version. Actually, this is the Plus version, and the difference between the HD480 and the HD480 Plus is that the Plus version has basically this hard shell case, basically to carry around your headphones. Very good, very sturdy, and inside you can of course place the headphones. Here, as you can see, there is the space, and you can of course carry your cable. The cable is really good because, as you can see, is a coil kind of cable, short enough to work in your desk, but it's also long enough for tracking, let's say, when you have to record an artist in your vocal booth, for example, so it's long enough. So I want to start with a spoiler because these headphones sounds amazingly. Really great. I compare also in this video with different kind of headphones, with really high-end headphones, open back headphones for mastering and for listening in hi-fi, and trust me, these are really comparable, because even if they are close back, as you can see, there is no anything here, the isolation is really wonderful, so it's great for recording, because also the click when you have to stay in time, there will be no leakage, and also the isolation on your head, basically just like that, I cannot listen anything around me, so it's really great and super comfortable. And so even if the design is a close-back design, they do not sound purely like a close-back, and they do not sound purely like an open-back design. Actually is an hybrid kind of behavior, because you can really have super flat response from the low and mid frequencies, and this is not a behavior of close-back. Usually you have a bump on the low frequencies, which usually is annoying. I don't like so much the boomy sound that you can get with close-back headphones, but here you have very smooth, super flat response, and this means that you can also mix and actually mastering with these headphones, because the sound is really good, really comparable to open back headphones. And on the other hand, open back headphones usually has low amount of bass response because are open. So here you have better low response and actually linear, so perfect for mixing and mastering. Now let's talk about the build construction, the feeling, and then we'll talk about the sound, and you will listen the sound. Well, actually I'm really surprised about this HD480 version, because they do not cost a lot. Actually they are super affordable for the quality of the sound that you can get. And when I realized this, I asked myself, how can these headphones have a price point so low? Well, probably due to the fact that all the headphones here are made in plastic, and this is a downside for me. I prefer to have all in aluminum, but let's say probably is to get a lower cost and more affordable price for these headphones. The pads are really comfortable, and I like that even if here is in leather, actually leather is not so good for the pads, because with some ears they tend to lose some pieces of leather, so I prefer fabric, and here inside here it's all in fabric, really well made, let's say. Here inside, as you can see the R and left side, to the side, but actually you can also notice the left and right not only see inside the pads, but actually also on the edge here. As you can see here, there is this sort of 3 dots, and this means that this is the left, okay? Here you don't have this, it's smooth here. So you can recognize here the left pads. So basically also in very dim kind of studio. Actually, in my studio is very warm and low, the light, and probably you cannot see the left and right inside because it's also black here. Only touching you can notice, oh, this is the left, so I have to move in this way. Okay, that's a really smart move in my opinion. As you can see, you have the plug for the cable on both the two earpads, but you can choose whatever you want, as you can see, because you have this sort of cap and you can plug or not. If you want to plug on the left or on the right, you can choose it. Okay, it's a really smart move in my opinion. I really like that here is all in aluminum. This main head adjustment is all in aluminum. I really appreciate this, but of course I don't like so much the plastic feel on all the other parts. And this is, of course, a downside. But you have to keep in mind that the price is very low considering the sound. So let's now talk about the sound. I've made some tests, so you will listen, of course, the response on frequencies, on noise. I've used a white noise and pink noise, and I've used, of course, different kind of genre to let you listen. Of course, for the test, I always use a binaural microphone, which is, of course, 𝙎𝙤𝙬𝙚. And here is 𝙎𝙤𝙬, this dummy head. Here, as you can see, we have a silicone kind of ears to listen. Inside there are microphones, and here, as you can see, I can record from here. So this is a professional kind of binaural microphone. 𝙎𝙤𝙬 will listen from the ears. It's, of course, an empirical test because this will not be the real sound of the headphones because are affected by the microphone that are inside. The microphone are Primo M271, if I remember well. Anyway, very linear kind of behavior in the mid and low frequencies. But anyway, it's an empirical test. So this is not to let you listen how this headphone sounds purely, but to compare to other headphones, so you need a reference to understand the response of the headphones in different frequencies. But before listening how it sounds, this video is sponsored by Thomann, which I have to send a huge thanks because they provide me, of course, the headphones to try out to make a test here for you. However, all the opinion will be mine, will be honest, and you can also listen how it sounds thanks to 𝙎𝙤𝙬𝙬. So let's listen the sound and then, of course, I'll tell you my opinion. Okay, now that you have listened to this, you can understand better what I told you before and why I'm really surprised by the sound of this HD480 version. The sound is extremely good, extremely tight, the low end, and that's really important to me. You don't have the boomy effect of closed-back headphones, you don't have the lack of bass response as open-back headphones, you have really linear response in the low end and it's very, very tight. So it's not boomy, not loosey, very tight, low response. High frequencies is very controlled, I really like it, but what is very impressed is the mid frequencies. Super linear. So it sounds great on metal, it sounds great on orchestral, it sounds great on vocal. So these headphones really surprised me because are great in every kind of environment. They can be used really in any kind of environment. So for tracking, for monitoring, but also for mixing and for mastering, because the response is very, very linear. So guys, for this price point, I'm really impressed. Only downsides is, of course, the too much plastic that you can see here. Even if on the box is written crafted with sustainability and durability in mind. I don't know if plastic is really great for durability. Anyway, Sennheiser advertised it like this. So this is my opinion. Great headphones, great price, great sounds. Leave a comment below, let me know what you think about, and if you are interested to purchase, you have the link in the description directly to Thomann. Of course, also if you want to see all the specification of the Sennheiser HD480 headphones. And of course, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.